I want to thank you for watching this video today. My name is Zach Pope, and I'm the pastor of a brand new church here in Santa Clarita, California called Haven Baptist Church. Many of you who are watching this video right now had such an important part in the founding of Haven Baptist Church, and we want to say thank you. Thank you for your investment. Thank you for your prayers. We are truly excited and humbled and amazed at all that God is currently doing. I want to take just a moment and give you a brief update about some exciting things that are happening in our ministry right now, and I'm just, again, amazed and excited about all that God is doing. As many of you know, we moved out to Santa Clarita just over a year ago. It's hard to believe. It's already been over a year that we moved out here, and we began having our core Bible studies in May. We had our launch service in September, and then now God is just developing our church and helping us as we grow. We've got 7 people who are plugged into discipleship right now, and I believe we have a few more folks who are just right there on the edge getting ready to step into that. I just came through a series during the month of February, a series of messages that centered on the importance of taking that step of faith, of salvation, and putting their faith in Christ, and excited about that. And then in the month of March, I'll be preaching a series of messages on the importance of baptism, taking that first step of obedience in your Christian life. And so we are excited about what God is currently doing. Back in January, at the very last Sunday of January, we had our vision service, and on that day I shared some of my goals and some of my vision for our church in 2018. To be honest with you, at the time, as I set out these goals, I wasn't really sure if it would even be possible for us to accomplish some of the goals that I had set. They felt really big. They felt a little bit too big in some ways, but at the same time, as I felt a little bit of apprehension about putting these goals before our people, I also was filled with a heart of faith, believing that God could certainly come through. Well, not long after that message, literally just a matter of hours after that message, one of the men in my church contacted me and asked me to meet him over at this place that he had been looking at for a possible location for our church. And so I met him that night, on that Sunday night. I definitely saw some of the potential in that place, and so we just began praying about it. I contacted our realtor who attends our church, and she got some information for me. Literally by Wednesday of that same week, we were doing a walkthrough in the building. And then by Saturday, just the Saturday after the Sunday of Vision Sunday, I had a lease sitting on my desk to be signed. And I didn't have peace to sign that lease at that time, and so we began just praying over it, asking God what He would have us to do. We made some adjustments to the lease. We made a counter offer, and they accepted our counter offer. And so now we've submitted this lease. We'll be making the down payment today. And so it's just amazing. Here we are getting ready to step into a new location. And I didn't even mention, but that was one of the goals that we had set on our Vision Sunday, was to be meeting in a new location by June of this year. And it looks like we're going to be actually having our first Sunday by May. And so it's just amazing to watch God work and to come through in miraculous ways. Very quickly, I want to share with you also about what happened this past week. One of the goals we also set was to raise $10,000 to help us facilitate this new location. And so I've been really praying about that and asking God to give us some direction about how to best use those resources. And one of the things I knew we were going to have to purchase was some chairs to put into that new place. And the more I looked into that, the more expensive it got. And I thought, man, we're going to spend nearly a quarter of that $10,000 just in chairs. And so I began to pray about that. And so literally last Friday, I was up that morning looking into some options for chairs, and I was starting to think, well, maybe we may have to just downsize and downgrade our chairs and just get more like a folding chair. But I have to tell you what happened. Literally within about 2 hours of my time looking for chairs on the internet, I got a call from a friend of mine who's a pastor in Canyon Country, which is in the Santa Clarita Valley. He just said, hey, I wanted to call and see how you're doing and see what's going on. And I told him about the new location. And he says, well, you wouldn't be interested in some chairs, would you? And I said, well, that's crazy you would say that. As a matter of fact, I was just looking this morning online at the possibility of buying some chairs. He said, yeah. He said, well, if you're interested, our church a couple of years ago bought 50 chairs. And he said, we used them for about a year. And he said, then we decided to change the design of our auditorium. We went with a different color. And so we just ended up putting those chairs in storage, and they've just been sitting there ever since. He said they were only used for a year, so they're practically brand new. And I said, man, I'm really interested in that. How much would you guys be willing to sell them to us for? He said, "No, we're not going to sell them to you. We're going to give them to you for free." And I was just amazed, as I am right now, just shocked and in awe at the awesomeness of our God. And so now I went yesterday and picked up these chairs, and so my wife and I have 50 nearly brand new church chairs sitting in our garage. Very nice church chairs. They would have cost us probably close to $3,000 if we would have purchased them online. And I'm just amazed. God is awesome. He can part the waters of the Red Sea. And I was on the phone with our realtor this morning. We're making preparations and plans to get ready to move into this new location. And so anyways, we just want to say God is faithful and He is good and He is able to meet every need. He's able to supply our needs, and we thank God for His blessings. I do want to ask one favor and ask you to pray about how God might have your church to get involved in this goal that we have set of $10,000. We are excited about what we believe God's going to do in this new location. We are literally going to be less than a mile from two of the main colleges here in Santa Clarita. We're going to be in a part of our valley that is lacking in churches, especially biblical Baptist churches. And so we believe that God has some great potential for us, but we're going to need some help. And we would ask you to prayerfully consider partnering with us as we prepare to move into this new location. As I mentioned, our goal is to raise $10,000. I would ask you to pray about how God would have you to get involved and help us in contributing toward that goal. We obviously would ask you to give through your local church. That would be the best way to give. You may also give at our giving portal, which is at lifewayegiving.org/haven. I'll give that to you one more time, lifewayegiving.org/haven. And on that website, you'll find a little drop-down box, and in that box, you'll see a little icon that says building, and you can give toward this $10,000 goal as we prepare to make our transition from the hotel banquet hall into this brand new location where we believe God's going to do great things. And so we just want to say thank God for His blessings. We want to just give Him all the glory. He deserves it all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your investment. We love you guys, and we're excited about what God is doing here in Santa Clarita, California. And it's only made possible through your faithful giving and prayerful support. We love you and wish you the best.